If Amazon keeps denying your Ungating applications over and over, do not stress, it's not just you. Almost every new seller gets hit with that application denied message and they do not know why. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what I would do if I kept getting denied for Ungating applications. This has worked for many of my students and also me as well. And I'm going to also be explaining to you guys what you should actually be submitting to Amazon so then you can get that approval. Hey hustlers, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jasmine, aka Jazz Hustles, and I am a 22-year-old Amazon seller. I started selling in the beginning of January 2023 and I'm still going at it. So you guys already know the topic of today's video. If you haven't already, make sure to like it up, subscribe for more, and push that little bell so you're notified whenever I post. Also, before we dive in, I'm actually going to be having a live Amazon training Sunday at 8 p.m. EST where I will be going over retail, online arbitrage, and wholesale, and many other important information that you can implement into your business so then you can become a successful Amazon seller. And I'm also going to be doing a giveaway and a live Q&A so that I can answer all your questions on the spot. There is only a few spots left for this Sunday's training, so go ahead and secure your free seat today using this link right up here. So I'm on my selling applications. The way to get to here is by going to your Seller Central, clicking the top 3 lines on the top left, and then you're going to go into catalog and then view selling applications. And then you'll be able to actually filter the ones that need action, ones that you've already been approved in, under review, or declined. So I'm going to be showing you guys an example of some that I'm currently declined in. So I actually was trying to get approval in the DreamWorks Dragon brand. It's kind of like, you know, the DreamWorks. It was for a toy product actually, and I got denied. So what you're going to want to do when you're constantly getting denied, you're not going to want to click reapply, right? Now, you do not want to click this button because it's just going to get sent to the same Amazon team member that is probably going to deny you again and again and again. So what you're going to want to do is either do the full process automatically, exactly how you did it before with Ungating. Let me actually explain what Ungating is. Ungating is basically the process that almost every seller has to go through to resell brand name products. I have a lot of Ungating tutorials on my YouTube channel, so I'm not going to go into detail on exactly how to get Ungated, but this video is just going to be so then if you are constantly getting denied, then you can use these steps. So if you have no idea about what Ungating is, I will link up my Ungating tutorials up here so then you can go watch that video first and then come back to this video if you're having that problem of getting declined, which you're most likely going to have because most beginners do have that problem. So we're going to, instead of clicking reapply, you're going to do the same process and add the product by clicking add products at the ASIN and then using the apply to sell button and all that. You can do it that way or you can do it this way that I'm going to show you guys right now. So first things first, you're going to click case log with that actual case, right? Because every time you create a new selling application, it's going to have a new case number. You have to remember to do this within 5 days because if not, then every case is going to close after the 5 days. So once you click it, let's just say case log right here. So now you're going to get sent to this page right here where it's going to show you the information and the message that the Amazon team member sent to you because, you know, you just got denied for the actual application. What you're going to want to do is click reply. So now once you click reply, you are going to basically reapply. So this is where you're going to reapply, not clicking the reapply button. So what you're going to do is put a comment into this box where it says type your message here, and you can actually use AI so that it can formulate you a message that you can also use and put into your application. So I just use chat right now and I just use like my little voice message and I just said, give me some type of comment that I can include into my application to hopefully get approved. So this is what they have for me here. Let's just say you want it to include the actual brand that you're getting approved in, or you're getting, you know, you're trying to get approved in. And for this one, it's the DreamWorks Dragon. So I can just put the DreamWorks brand and be like, update it for the DreamWorks brand. and then it will update it based off of that brand exactly. If you are using Frontier Co-op Wholesale Store, I actually have an example of an invoice, but you can also include where you purchased it from as well. So I have submitted a valid invoice from a reputable and authorized distributor for genuine DreamWorks products. The invoice was issued within the required time frame and includes all necessary details, including my full business name, address, and contact information, which exactly match my Amazon selling account. I've made sure to follow Amazon's documentation guidelines and confirm that all information provided is accurate and verifiable. I kindly ask my application for DreamWorks brand approval be reconsidered for approval. Okay, so you can use that. Literally just go to ChatGPT. It's completely free, and just put in something like this, right? Okay, so I just put, write me something like a 1-paragraph format that I can put into an ungated application that I am constantly getting denied for, stating that I have used a reputable distributor and I have provided the invoice required with the exact, all that. So that's what I put. So you can put that, or just in your own words, it doesn't really matter. So all I'm going to do is just copy this. I'm going to put it in here. And then usually I like taking out like these lines, but that's really just up to you. You can do so if you want to. And that's that. Now that you have the message there, now you're going to want to provide all of your information and documentation again, because you want them to relook at your information. So what I recommend you do is, let me actually show. This is actually an example of a Frontier Co-op wholesale invoice. I actually got it from online. That's why it's like blurred out. But what you're going to want to do is, let's just say that you're purchasing from Frontier Co-op, because that's one authorized distributor that I recommend you use for ungating. Like I said, go to the ungating tutorial so then you can learn how to get ungated and learn how to get an invoice first of all. But what you're gonna do, instead of having it renamed invoice, you're gonna wanna rename the invoice the brand. So let's just say, for example, the DreamWorks brand. So I'm gonna, DreamWorks. And then you can put like an underscore or a dash, whatever. I'll usually just put underscore. And then you're gonna either put, you can put the ASIN, you can put the distributor's name, or you can put either or. You can do both, but it doesn't have to be that long. So I would usually put DreamWorks, then I would put the ASIN. I don't have the exact ASIN, so I'm just gonna put ASIN on here, but put the actual B0 ASIN on there. And then you can put underscore invoice, okay? So just so then they can already see the file name, so then they already know that you have the invoice for this brand. Like I said, you're gonna be putting the brand itself. And if you're trying to ungate a category, let's say the grocery category, you can put grocery instead of the actual brand. So you are gonna wanna rename the invoice, making sure that it is a PDF file. If it's not a PDF file, I can show you how to do that right after. But one thing that you can do is also highlight the main key things that they need to see when they are, looking at the invoice. I've heard that the Amazon team members have like 30 seconds to approve an application. So you want to make sure everything is readable and everything is like just quickly seen. So, right, like I said, this is a blurry invoice because it's just from Google. But what you can do is kind of highlight the information that they need to see from you. So example, the name, your business name, your address that's matching your Amazon selling account, the date that you purchased the product, the quantity amount, the actual product detail. So that's what usually is going to be here. So this is one easy way that you can change a file into a PDF, but this is, I think, only if you have MacBook. So when you have the actual file open, this is a JPEG right now. You can click this and then it's going to say convert this image document to a PDF, and then you convert it and then boom. But now that you've converted it, you have to rename it again. So don't forget to do that. So DreamWorks, and then we'll put the actual ASIN. Let's just put a random ASIN so then you guys don't get confused. So B0, let me just do whatever. I don't even know how much, whatever. And then you're gonna put invoice. So now it's already a PDF file, but I don't know if there's a way that you can do that with a computer that is not a MacBook, but I'll show you how to convert it into a PDF file. So then that's an easy way to do so. And then you can also kind of like use the highlighting tool on MacBook or somewhere else or some other editing app. So then you can kind of like show them exactly the information that they need to see. So you can either highlight it, you can put some text saying that this is this, this is this, this is this. You can doodle on it if you want to, kind of like this. Oh, that's in white, but you can change the colors up and all that. I feel like the editing on the MacBook feature is not really the best. So you can just go on any other editing free software or app, so then you can kind of doodle on it. Now you don't want to just cross anything out, you just want it to be more seen. So you can do any little things, you can add text to it, but you don't want to modify it that much just because you don't want a heavily edited invoice, okay? But like I said, you can highlight it, all that jazz. So let's just say this is your address. You would want to highlight it. It's not going to let me like really highlight it right now because it doesn't see any actual fonts because it's a blurry invoice right now. But all you're going to do is just actually highlight it. So you see how it can actually, like it actually highlighted invoice in Frontier Co-op. You're not going to highlight that, but I guess actually you can because you want them to see that it's an invoice, and then you want them to see that, you know, where you purchase from is an authorized distributor. But I can't highlight these because it's not letting me. But that's basically how you do that. You would want to make sure to kind of like have it a modified, not too modified though, just highlights and kind of, you know, little arrows or whatever you can to make it more seen that this is this, that is that, whatever. You know, you can just do like that. You can move it around, add an arrow, all that, right? So that's just an example. I'm not getting too in detail with that because it's very easy, right? So now after that, let me show you exactly how you would convert it into a PDF if you were not able to. You're just gonna go to Google and let's just say that your file is a JPEG. You're gonna put JPEG to PDF free converter, and then you'll be able to see all the different converters. If it was a hike, which most likely sometimes it is, you can just put hike to PDF, and you just basically put the file that it is, the file type, and then to PDF. You want to make sure that the invoice is actually a PDF. And then when I get into taking a picture of the actual 10 units and the actual 10 products, you want that to be in a JPEG. So if you have a hike and you need it into a JPEG, you'll put hike to JPEG. But if you have a hike and you needed to put it into a PDF, it's hike to PDF, whatever, find a free one. And then you're just going to choose the file from your device, and very easy. It's going to let you download it into a PDF. Super easy. Okay. So now that we did that, right, let's just say that we already have that included. We're going to upload the invoice on here. It's going to show all of my like other personal downloads and files. So I'm not even going to try it right now. And that's also a Frontier invoice that is not actually for DreamWorks. I'm not going to actually click send, but I'm just giving you guys an example and I'm showing you guys what I would do. So now the next thing is you're going to want to add some pictures. You can add up to a total of 6 files in here. Now, even if they didn't ask for pictures, which they probably didn't, you're still going to want to provide them. So this is just an example of an old application for Tylenol that I used to have. I use these pictures to actually apply to sell medication. So you're going to want to make sure that the full 10 units is present in the picture. They want to see that you actually have the units. And then you're going to also want to take a picture of one of the units and then the side of the unit, right? You can take a picture of the UPC code, like the manufacturer barcode, the side of the product, and then the front of the product, and that's pretty much that. Okay, so once you do that, like I said, make sure to convert it into a JPEG. It's either JPEG or PDF. That's going to be the best bet. And then you're going to add that file into there, and then you're going to click send, and that's pretty much it with that. So you want to make sure to use these steps over and over again. Make sure to not quit, because this is literally how Ungating is, okay? There has been students of mine that have gotten approved on their 30th application. There's been students of mine that got approved in their 5th application or their 1st application. So it's always going to be like that. That's literally how Ungating is. The Amazon team members, they barely know like any English. So it's always going to be a little tedious with this process. But after that, you're going to be good to go once you've already gotten approved. So then you can start selling a lot of brand name products. But that's pretty much it with today's tutorial video. If you guys are interested in me becoming your mentor, then I am going to be opening up a few mentorship spots this month. And within my Inner Circle mentorship, you will be able to get access to 3 weekly coaching calls with me and my partner Javon, as well as full access to my Hustlers Academy course, and also lifetime access to my exclusive Hustlers Discord community. So then then you can network with many other sellers and just get all the help that you need. You also do get one-on-one chat access with me. So if you are interested and you have the money to invest in coaching specifically, then you can go ahead and book a free call using this link right up here. So then you can meet with one of my team members. So then we can see if we're the best fit for you and you're the best fit for us. If you haven't already, make sure to connect with me more on my Instagram and my TikTok, where I post on those every single day. And I will see you guys on Friday, because every single Friday is when I post a new YouTube upload. So if you haven't already, subscribe. And that's pretty much it with me. I will see you guys next Friday. Peace.